Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kayla and welcome. So it is the perfect time of year for homemade hot chocolate, and today I'm going to show you 3 different ways that I like to make it to keep it on the healthier side with minimal ingredients. Because if you've ever looked at the ingredients list on those store-bought pre-made hot chocolate mixes, you'll quickly find that there's just a lot of ingredients on there that are very unnecessary and you just really don't need. Plus, homemade hot chocolate's a lot better anyway. It's creamier, thicker, all the things. And it's actually very easy to make, and you can even batch prep it and then reheat it throughout the week whenever you're craving it. Like I said, I'm sharing 3 different variations today. One is a traditional hot chocolate, which is gonna be more thick, creamy, and decadent because we're adding in both cacao powder and an actual chocolate bar. The other is hot cocoa, which only uses cocoa or cacao powder. It's gonna be a little bit thinner and lighter in consistency, but it is still delicious. And lastly, I wanted to throw in my hormone-supporting hot cocoa. I love drinking this one around that time of the month or whenever I just need an extra boost of energy. And as always, you can find today's recipes and the macros over on my blog. I'm gonna have that linked for y'all in the description box below, but my mouth is already watering, so let's head to the kitchen and get started. So of course, the base to any hot chocolate is milk. You can use any type of plant-based milk, including almond, cashew, or oat milk. Of course, you can use regular milk, and you can even use full-fat canned coconut milk. To keep it dairy-free, I'm going to be using almond milk today, but if I ever want to make it extra creamy, I'll use half almond milk and half full-fat coconut milk. And for the canned coconut milk, make sure you roughly mix the cream and liquid together first, because sometimes it'll separate. But it's really up to you as far as the milk goes. I promise you it's going to be good no matter what. Alright, let's start with the traditional hot chocolate first. This one is very rich and creamy, so it's a real treat. We're going to be using cacao powder and a chocolate bar in this one, so double the chocolate flavor. And that's actually what differentiates hot chocolate from hot cocoa, is the fact that you add actual chocolate to it. With hot cocoa, you only use cacao or cocoa powder. You'll need 3 ounces of a semi-sweet or dark chocolate bar. You can also use chocolate chips, but if you're using a bar like I am, just make sure you chop it up real good so that way it melts nicely into the milk. And I recommend it being around the 50 to 70% mark. That way it's not too bitter. In a saucepan over medium heat, I'm adding 3 cups of the milk and 2.5 tablespoons of cacao or cocoa powder. Let's whisk that together until most of the larger lumps are gone. And to sweeten it, I'm going to be using maple syrup today, but you can also use honey, agave, or even something like monk fruit if you want to keep it low carb. And I'm adding 2 tablespoons of the maple syrup, along with a pinch of sea salt. Continue whisking that until most of the lumps are gone. And now let's add in the chocolate chips. I also like to add in 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract for extra flavor, but this is optional. And now I'm just going to whisk this for about 4 to 5 minutes until the chocolate chips are completely melted into the milk. And it's going to look fully melted after about 2 minutes, but trust me, keep whisking because you want to make sure the consistency is extra smooth and creamy. Once it's completely melted, feel free to taste it to see if you want to add in more sweetener. And whenever you're ready to serve it, you can transfer it right to your mug. But just look how thick this consistency is. I'm telling y'all, this traditional hot chocolate is a real treat. You can drink it just like it is or add your favorite toppings. I'm adding some dairy-free whipped cream, sprinkling some extra cacao powder over top, and a cinnamon stick to stir it with. Next up, let's make the hot cocoa. This one's going to be lighter in consistency and lower in calories, but I promise you it'll still curb those chocolate cravings. In a saucepan over medium heat, add 3 cups of milk. I'm going to keep it light with this one and only use almond milk, along with 3 tablespoons of cacao or cocoa powder. Whisk that together until the larger lumps are gone. Then add in your sweetener of choice. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of maple syrup and a pinch of sea salt. And because we don't have the chocolate bar in this one giving it that extra sweetness, I am using a little bit more sweetener in this recipe. 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and just continue whisking that for about 3 to 4 minutes or until all of the lumps are gone and it's fully heated through. At this point, you'll want to taste it to see if it needs more sweetener or cacao powder, and just that fast, it is ready to serve. I'm going to top this one with some marshmallows, sprinkle some extra cacao powder over top, and add a cinnamon stick to stir. And lastly, I'm sharing my personal favorite, which is my hormone-supporting hot cocoa. In this one, I'm going to be using ashwagandha powder and maca powder. Both of these are adaptogenic herbs that are great for supporting your hormone health. Ashwagandha, for instance, may help to support the adrenal glands, reduce anxiety, and boost your energy levels. And maca powder may help to improve your mood, boost sperm count in men, and it may also help to boost your energy levels as well. So in a saucepan over medium heat, add in your milk of choice. I'm adding 1.5 cups of unsweetened almond milk and 1.5 cups of full-fat coconut milk to give it an extra creamy texture, along with 3 tablespoons of cacao powder. And by the way, many cacao powders contain heavy metals such as lead and cadmium because of the areas that they're sourced from. So I've done my research and I found a brand that sources their cacao from non-volcanic areas, and their cacao has tested very low in lead and cadmium. So I will be sure to link that brand for y'all in the description box below. Now let's add in 3 tablespoons of maple syrup or your sweetener of choice, a pinch of sea salt, half a teaspoon of ashwagandha powder, 1.5 teaspoons of maca powder, and half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. Whisk that for about 4 to 5 minutes or until the lumps are gone and it's fully heated through. And for this one, I also like to add in my collagen peptides. Not only does it make the consistency thicker and creamier, but it's also a great way to sneak in extra protein. And of course, you can use any type of protein powder with this. And just blend that until it's extra smooth and it is ready to serve. I'm gonna top it off with some dairy-free whipped cream, cacao powder, cacao nibs, and this cute little star anise. And there you have it, 3 healthy hot chocolate / hot cocoa recipes. All 3 of these make 3 servings a piece. You can store the leftovers in the fridge and then reheat them whenever you're ready throughout the week. But if you're craving something chocolatey, warm, and decadent, you can't go wrong with any of these recipes. Well, all right, y'all, that is it for today's video. My healthy hot chocolate, 3 different ways. I hope y'all give at least one of these a try. And if you do, be sure to comment below. Let me know how you liked it. And don't forget, you can tag me on your food photos and your meal prep photos over on Instagram, and I will reshare that on my stories. I love seeing y'all recreate my recipes and hearing your feedback. That just helps me to stay motivated and make my recipes better and better every week for y'all. But anyway, if you enjoy this type of content and you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. But that's it for today. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.